Hey, welcome back to Get Down to Business, the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. As always, you can get on my website, syklein.com. And I have a special guest in store for us today. Thrilled to be joined by Matt Campbell, the mind behind Bottle Keeper, which we will talk all about. Matt, welcome to the show. We're excited to have you here today.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. I understand you're the inventor of Bottle Keeper. Can you tell us a little bit about your product and what inspired you to create it?
Yeah, sure. So Bottle Keeper is basically a stainless steel water bottle. If you could imagine taking that stainless steel water bottle, unscrewing the bottom of it, sticking your beer bottle in it, screwing it back on, and drinking your beer bottle out of what looks like a water bottle. And really the impetus behind the idea was just kind of at a beach and was drinking with some family. And, you know, you're drinking in the red party cup. And after chatting for a few minutes, you go take a sip. And of course, it's warm. And I like to drink my beer out of a bottle. I'm looking around the beach. I'm seeing a lot of other stainless steel bottles there. And it just kind of clicked and said, well, why can't I just put my beer bottle in that? And I'll accomplish kind of the same thing that I was doing with the red party cup.
I love it. And you've been featured on Shark Tank. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, Shark Tank. It was quite the experience. Pretty surreal. We were on season 10. Got a really good showing between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So it was an awesome taping for us. You were there for about an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour. Of course, you only see about 8 minutes. So you know, and I don't see the final cut until everybody else did. So, you know, little anxiety as to how it came about, you know, how it was going to present, but you know, we knew we got a deal at the end, so we did a deal with Mark and Lori. So I know, however they chopped it up, it was going to end on a good note. So it was a super exciting experience.
So cool, and I appreciate you sharing it with our listeners here and Get Down to Business. So, what are the biggest challenges that you faced in bringing your product to market? Well, you know, there's a few of them. We bootstrapped our company. Capital wasn't a big issue early on. You know, hindsight, you know, money morning, a quarterback. There's probably a few different things I would have done differently there, but really was probably product sourcing and product quality was the initial big issue. Tried to find some people in the U.S. to do it. I really couldn't find anybody. Then I found out basically 100% of all stainless steel bottles are made in China. So had to go use the Alibaba.com website. Spent you know, hours and hours and days scouring that, trying to find someone that would first understand what I was trying to do. Because everybody that I talked to be honest with you, just their response was just pour the beer in the bottle, and then we don't have to make anything. So obviously I was trying to keep it in the bottle. And then once you finally do get someone to make the product, you know, you're not a big brand yet, right? You're doing small batch, you know, you're still figuring things out. We did do a crowdfunding, but it was still a, you know, relatively small order at the time. And so you're not, in my opinion, you're not getting kind of the best factories out there. So we had a number of issues early on. Good news was, you know, myself and my partner, we were adaptable, and we were able to bring that product in. But we had to put eyes on everything before it went out, because that's a death sentence for a new product early on, right? You're sending out product that's not working, or there might be metal that has some sharp edges on it, or the bottom isn't closing correctly. So there's a number of different kind of early things. And then the other one was just, I think, you know, having more capital to be able to scale faster. You know, we were selling out what we thought we were buying 6 and 9 months worth of product. We were selling out in, 2 months, and then having to back order. So those are probably two of the biggest challenges. Absolutely. Again, I'm chatting with Matt Campbell, the mind behind Bottle Keeper. Again, been featured on Shark Tank, and truly, really grateful for the advice that you're sharing over here. And on that note of advice, Matt, what advice would you give to other entrepreneurs who are looking to bring a product to market?
So some of the best advice that I got is every idea is a good idea until you find out how much it costs, right? So really, you have to dig into, you know, is packaging involved? I mean, there were ideas that I had in the past where the packaging costs more than the product, right? So, you know, everything's a good idea. Just do your research and find out how much things are going to cost, and then figure out, can you sell it and make a margin? Shipping costs are increased, right? There's all of these other factors that come into play. But when you're small and you can kind of do things on your own, and, you know, fulfill and ship out of your garage, if you will, in the beginning, that's great. So my advice is, if you've got an idea and you think it's got some legs, you know, dig into it, find out how much it's going to cost, find out how much it is to make, how long it's going to take to make, and go for it.
I love it. Lastly, I'm curious where you see the future of innovation and entrepreneurial landscape heading. And on that note, just before we wrap up, can you also tell us how we can learn more about Bottle Keeper and stay in touch with you?
Yeah, so where I think it's heading is consumer products is tough. With the big box stores and Facebook and some of the other marketing platforms just aren't quite as the ROI just isn't there, or ROAS or any of the metrics. They're tough. So getting on board with somebody who's got a bigger footprint, who's got more products, the more SKUs you have, obviously you're attracting people to get to your website. So when they get to your website, whatever that customer acquisition cost was, you want them to be able to have a lot of products there to be able to buy. So we actually sold to Arctic, and now we're part of a large, much larger group that a lot of economies of scale. They do their own fulfillment, so that was super helpful for us, and obviously that was a great exit for me. And where you can find me now is I'm with a company called Lucrum. I started doing private lending. I love the space. I wish I would have learned about it a long time ago. I think it's a really great place to dip your toe into the real estate market and get a safe return. So that's where I'm focusing in the next chapter of my life.
I love it. We'll have to have you on again real soon. Appreciate you so much, Matt Campbell. A quick break. We'll be right back.